Yeah, yeah, yeah. So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest. Not a bit of accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge. They don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like. Wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello, everyone. It is PM Esquire, also known as your law intellect. I hope you guys are having a fantabulous Sunday. This is going to be a quick live, which probably means it won't be because I said it, but I'm really going to try. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been here before and have been supporting the platform, welcome back. I appreciate it. If you would be so kind as to hit the like button as you come in, that is a way for us to get in the algorithm and so people will know that this is a video that other people may like as well. You guys already know I don't try to, make you guess what the live is going to be about. It was in the thumbnail. President Biden has pardoned his son Hunter. Now, when Biden decided to step down, I did a video when he said that he was stepping down. This is even before Kamala Harris said that she was going to be, take the place of the Democratic nominee. And one of the things that I said was, listen, Biden, I'm going to need you to pardon your son, okay? Now you see how this political game works. Your own people were telling you need to sit down somewhere. They're basically almost forcing you to go ahead and not run again. Pardon your son. You think Trump isn't going to do it? This is your family. I do believe that what he was charged with and how it was a situation of which it seems like he was targeted because of who his dad was. And he decided, he was like, no, I'm not going to pardon my son. I'm like, sir, are you silly? Are you crazy? Like what? You have the power to pardon your son and you're not going to do it? Well, Biden been cutting up the last 60 days. I'm going to be perfect. He been cutting up. Everything that I said he should do, he have been doing. I said you got about 40 something. I think it's more than that. He has a lot of empty seats in the federal courts. I'm like, pack them joints out before you leave. Start nominating people. You get a nomination. You get a nomination. Just start nominating people. So the last couple of months, he has been filling those seats, and they've been in a rush to try to fill those seats before he leaves off the bench so that you can have more of a, I guess, liberal type of a judge that's on there instead of all these conservative judges. So he's done that. And then today on December 1st, on First Sunday, he said, I am going to pardon my son. And we have the letter. I know there were some headlines that it was speculated it was going to happen, but yes, he has done it according to what his statement has rendered us. So we're going to read that. Thank you so much, Forever T, for being a member for 8 months. I appreciate that. Hey to you as well. I see you guys coming in. Also, today is Deb's birthday. So y'all make sure you give my husband some love. He is the hardest working mod over here on YouTube. He will block you in a minute and he will give you a timeout. So shout out to Dev. You know we love some Dev over here. This is his birthday. Make sure that you tell him happy birthday. I'm going to pull this up real quick. Let me see. Whew. Rexy said, happy birthday, Dev. Been a member for 8 months. Thank you for being a member that long. I see all the happy birthdays. All the happy birthdays. Now he said he's celebrating all month. It's going to be a long month for me, guys. Because his birthday on the 1st. So you want to, like, that's Christmas. That's Christmas Eve. Like, we don't have a long month. He just said, I'm celebrating all month long. Oh my goodness. Mm. Let me see. What's Deb? Deb, what's your cash app? Let me see. I should know that by heart. Let me see. Um, I'm gonna put this over here. Do a banner. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. We appreciate that. There go his cash app for anybody that would like to bless the mod man of God. All right. Let's get into it. This hair is hot, Lord Jesus. Forever T said, happy birthday, Dev. There's a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you guys come in. And yeah. Let's see. I did. I said it. I was like, he would be crazy if he does not. So let's get into the statement. I'm going to try to be as presidential as possible here. This was on December 1st of 2024. This is directly from the White House. It's a statement from President Joe Biden. Today, I sign a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision making, and I kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. Without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions, but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties, are typically given non criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. I wonder if Joe knows how it feels to be black now. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother discussion. Maybe Joe's going to do a little bit more pardoning as well, because what you saw is what has been happening to black and brown people for a number of years, and is why I have to try to recreate and reinvent cases for those that were wrongfully convicted, because they were selected out of people that seemed like the easiest targets, and all of this stuff from the fabricating stuff and fabricating evidence and making stuff up and all of that. And that's the reason why they're going through it. So I wonder if he feels for some of us when we say that in our community. Maybe he woke up feeling like, I get it now. Because see, what I learned is a lot of people, and this is what I was telling you all, a lot of people have one track minds until it hits their house. They have one opinion until it hits their house. I just thank God I've never been that person. I can have empathy for other people, and I can feel your pain with you, and I can try to help you even though it's not happening to me, or it has not necessarily happened in my family or hit my front door. But a lot of people, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with them, they don't care about due process. You get convicted over here on the internet. People come out, they don't like you. They go salacious things about you. And then we just go for it without them even having a chance to plead their case and to present admissible evidence in court. So I wonder if this is like a wake up call. Kind of late because he's, about to leave now and he's older and he's been in politics for decades. But now you can see how we've been feeling for a long time. You know? What y'all think? Thank you guys so much. I see all of the super. Oh, thank you so much. This said Little Gaming Channel said, hey, if you have a chance to pardon your crackhead son, why not do it before you kick the bucket so he can spend the inheritance on rocks and strippers? Well, dang, I mean, that was a little harsh. And from my understanding, he is recovering. So I think that's not fair. And if you have the opportunity to do that, just like how people got mad at LeBron James because he opened the door for his son, like we gotta quit hating ourselves. Where if you get into a position, white people have been doing it for decades. If you get into a position that you can help your child, I think that you should. And see, Biden already knew. I was like, it's no way that he's just not gonna pardon his son. I just couldn't see it. But anyway, thank you for the super chat. That was a little harsh. Crystal W said, happy birthday, Dev. Thank you so much. Forever T said, happy birthday, Dev. Thank you, Florida T and Jalecia. Thank you so much. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame said, happy birthday. Rossi said, happy birthday. I appreciate all the love. Good gosh. Yeah. Because, baby, if it was my child, I sure would be pardoning him. I ain't even going to sit up here and hold you up. Sheesh. God. I don't even know what to say about that one. Whew. Okay, let me move on. That just kind of threw me off a little bit. The charges in this case came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then a carefully negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's cases, because he got a tax case too, I believe. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's case can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. And trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me. And there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. Come on, Joe. He sounded like he woke up mad. Joe woke up and he said, I chose violence. For my entire career, I have followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. They'll be fair-minded. And here's the truth. I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process and it led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it any further. So he said he's been fighting with this. He's been wrestling with this on whether he should pardon his son or not. And then he said once he made this decision, he literally woke up and was like, give me the pen. Give me the pen. I'm signing off and I'm letting my son go. He said, no reason to delay. I don't have to do nothing major and wait till the last day of my term. I'm going to do it right now so you guys can talk about it right now. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president will come to this decision. And then it has here, executive grant of clemency, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States, to all to whom these presents shall come, greetings. Be it known that on this day, I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of this here divided states of America, pursuant to my powers under Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1 of the Constitution, have granted unto Robert Hunter Biden a full and unconditional pardon. That means he is no longer a convicted felon. Okay. He is no longer a convicted felon. And he don't have to check that box. I think there's another case, though. Wasn't it like a tax case or something? Or did he do both of them? Let me keep reading. For those offenses against the United States which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024, including but not limited to all offenses charged or prosecuted, including any that have resulted in convictions by Special Counsel David C. Weiss in docket number 123 CR 00061 MN in the United States District Court for the District of Delaware, and docket number 223 CR 00599 MCS1 in the United States District Court of the Central District of California, in testimony whereof I have hereunto signed my name and caused the pardon to be recorded with the Department of Justice. This was done in the city of Washington this first day of December in the year of our Lord, 2024, and of the independence of the United States of 249. He is no longer convicted of anything. And he stretched it out where if you come with something in between these years, he's already pardoned. Shout out to President Biden. That was a boss move. I appreciate you doing that. I said that I think that he should pardon his son. And he said he wrestled with that thing all weekend. And he decided that he was going to pardon his son, as he should. As he should. Sharon said, can Trump undo it? No, absolutely not. Bonita said, I'm not mad at Joe. Me neither, Bonita. Joe said it with his chest. He did. He said, I wrestled with this thing. And I said, ain't no need to wait. He's going to do it on December 1st. It's just seeming so random, right? He just literally woke up like, I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of this. I've been in politics and now you want to come against my kids too? Oh, no. Like he literally just woke up and was a little bit more perky and said, I'm about to sign it today. So I hope people that have those marijuana cases and all those cases that they were trying to pass laws on that did not happen, hopefully he does the same thing and he helps someone else who has a son or a daughter who is going through the same thing, or a husband or a father, because this happens a lot and everyone does not have this opportunity to help their kid. And the fact that you were the president, you had the ability to help your kid, I think he should have. Because what he was accused of was he was on drugs. He was facing he was addicted to drugs, and he filled out an application for a GUN, and he lied and said that he didn't have any addictions. So basically they researched and they found people. I think it was like, he's the one that I think messed with his brother, the son that's deceased, his wife. She was his girlfriend, I guess, at the time, and actually was saying like, no, he was doing drugs at the time. And I found the GUN and he had put it in the garbage can. It was some story. Like she was one of the main people telling that he actually was on. So if you look at a jury that is going by the statute, then there was information that this was true and that it actually happened. The issue is a lot of these laws that are on the books, they usually don't enforce. Just like in theory, in a lot of states, if you commit adultery, it's still a felony. If you shack up, it's still a felony. They never take it off the books, but it's kind of like if you don't use it, then it's almost an assumption that it doesn't exist. And this sounds like one of those charges of which they barely use it unless there's some aggravating factors or something, like he used the gun to unalive somebody, or he used the gun to assault somebody, or did something like that. Then maybe they'll throw that in there. But that by itself sounds like something that they typically don't come after you on, which makes it feel like you just were trying to find something in order to prosecute him. So that's that. Yellow Jacket said, take care of your own child before others. Job well done, President Biden. We got to give him, I was on his neck, for the things. And, some people are like, can you wipe out these student loans? I'm one of them people. I don't know how he can do it, because he tried. They blocked him at every turn. They've taken his cases to the Supreme Court. So, yeah, he's had a hard time. Some people were able to get it eliminated. A couple of my siblings got theirs eliminated. So, they were able to benefit from it. So I can appreciate that. I wasn't one of them, recipients as of yet, but I'm still holding on to faith. So yeah, shout out to Joe Biden doing what he can with what he got right now. A lady 747, thank you for the super chat, said Joe resign and make KH president, really make up sick. Man, if he did that and was like, oh, we're gonna make her the first, but then if that happened, a lady 747, these prophets would be going nuts, right? All the prophets that people were saying were false prophets and prophetesses, because they said that Kamala Harris was gonna be president. Now, what if he did? That was his next chess move, and he was like, I'm gonna let her be president for the next couple of weeks, and I'm gonna sit down and sit back. But I don't know. I don't even know if he's that gutsy. Because if he wrestled with this all weekend, it wasn't no wrestling for me. I told him a couple of months ago, I'm like, if you don't pardon your son, I'm gonna really look at you sideways. Yes, he did try, and he was stopped at every time. I read those cases, so he was trying with student loans. People get upset, but I think it's because people don't understand how government works. And unfortunately, when a lot of these politicians campaign, they're not very honest with how government works. Let's be clear. They make promises for your vote that they know they don't have the total control over. We have separation of power. So you have the executive branch, legislative, and you have judicial. So you don't just go in there just writing up stuff on what you can do. There are checks and balances. So because of that, you cannot do all the stuff that they say that they want. They may have the desire, but half the time, and this is the problem. We get so focused on presidents that we forget about Congress, which is very important. We forget all about it. We forget about, so now everything is basically Republican right now. So we forget that because we're so focused on the president, and we don't think about any other part. But again, that's some of these high schools that don't teach government anymore. That's on them too. But yeah. Okay, shout out Unbothered Silence said my loan was forgiven. Congratulations to you. Anybody else get their loan forgiven? Such as efficiency department. Baby Doll said, I'm not mad at Joe. Trump had pardoned his guilty Trump monsters, and he will do it again because he's bringing back the swamp, and his monsters will certainly be in the swamp. So Trump actually pardoned his son-in-law's father. And from my understanding, he's putting him in position, and it's up, once he a part of his cabin. So yeah, Trump did it. So I'm like, why wouldn't you? Bill Clinton did it with I believe it was his half brother. Like, we just don't hear about that. This is something most presidents will do, but this was the first president's child who was convicted of a crime while, during the presidency. So this was new territory, but to me, it looked like a no-brainer to me. But apparently Joe he wrestled with it. He wrestled with that thing. That's what he said. I don't see what the wrestling was about, but hey. Nikki said, my student loan was forgiven after working in social services for 11 years. Congratulations, Nikki. Congratulations. Christine, yeah, I see his cabinet, if that's what you want to call it. I see it. But Andrew said, this is why I can't stand Bernie Sanders. He threw out pipe dreams left and right and convinced these folks he could do all this stuff he campaigned on when he knew he couldn't. They still believe it. Yeah, that's what politics is. A lot of times they prey on your ignorance. That's why they have these celebrities. This is why they get Beyonce or somebody to come up and to persuade, because they know you don't really know government for real. So you're gonna vote for the person that your fave votes for. He said Bannon will be pardoned too. There's talk about Mayor Adams. You know, he's trying to rush it, because I want to say with Hunter, so he went to a jury trial in California and was convicted on that case. But the second case, because there were two different, is one in California, one in Delaware. So the tax case, I think he pled to. And honestly, once he pled, I kind of figured that maybe his father would just pardon him, because it was no sense. Because if you look at it strategically, why would he want to go through? He have to wait to go through the process. What if the process wasn't done on whether he would be convicted until after his father was out of office? So once he pled, I kind of figured, but I still, I don't know. I still a little nervous, but I kind of figured that perhaps his dad was going to just pardon him, and that's why he pled so quickly. Because didn't that happen with like Lil Wayne? Some other rappers that happened too. They pled, and then all of a sudden they were standing there with it may not have been Lil Wayne, it may have been another rapper, but they stood next to Trump, and then next thing you knew, they were pardoned or whatever. So sometimes if you go ahead and you plead, then at least you have that conviction, and then the person can the president can pardon you. If it's a federal conviction. So let's be clear, any state convictions, the only individual that can pardon you is that state governor. So with Trump, he was convicted on the state side. So that's a whole different situation. And then the one in Georgia is stateside, I believe. But these federal charges, a lot of them have been dropped now. So it was Wayne. Okay. And Kodak Black. I don't remember. I know it was some rappers. For all that went to high school that had a civics class should know your local government are the ones who hold a lot of power. The president can. Yes, that's another thing, and that's a great point as well. We're just talking about from the federal level, but yeah, your state level is also very important. And people don't get into that. They don't get into their local. They don't care about the judges. A lot of these judges, if you put prosecutors, I call them prosecutors in a robe. If you guys keep electing the prosecutors in your state to sit on your bench, don't be shocked when they have a prosecutor mindset, when they believe that everybody who was arrested, because there are really some people that believe that everybody who was arrested did everything that the police officer said that they did, even though we have case law and story after story of police officers fabricating evidence, police officers hiding evidence, police officers planting evidence. We've had all of this, and some people still believe that if you're arrested, you did it. That's what they believe. And so when you in your local area decide, I'm still just going to ignore the part that says judges, you become part of the problem as to how some of these judges get on the bench that aren't going to give a fair chance. They're supposed to be fair and impartial, but some people do lean more towards prosecuting someone if the police say that they've done something. Annie said, I don't know about that, Annie. But if it was, I guess it was money well spent. Biden needs to get to. He is. If you look it up, Biden has been appointing judges. Like he's gotten a couple confirmed, but now it's about confirming. And he had to be strategic and when he did it, so it wouldn't be a hold up on his judges. But yeah, he's definitely been placing judges on the bench. Is there a way getting rid of judges? The only way that can happen is if the Constitution changes. Someone amends the Constitution, perhaps. Absolutely, Renee. You have to vote on your local elections instead of just voting for president every 4 years. That's the only one that gets the most publicity, and we all are guilty of that. So, but that's it. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Thank you guys for hopping on again. I just wanted to, I was talking about President Biden on what he didn't do. So I'm gonna talk about what he did do. You know how I do over here. But I'll probably be on tomorrow because I did want to talk about, I never got a chance to go over the pleading of the individual that the unknown, unnamed celebrity that sued one of the attorneys that is representing some of the accusers for Diddy Busby. So I do want to wait, why Apple News just telling me President Biden has pardoned his son? You guys are late, okay? Apple News, you're late, okay? I already got that information. We done already read it directly from the White House. But yeah, I do have that complaint. I know a lot of people had the article, but I do have the complaint of Busby getting sued by the anonymous celebrity. So we'll do that on a whole nother video. We also have Verdict Watch for YSL. So we may come on about that as well. And Nikki Gilbert has her appellate argument. It's in the Ninth Circuit. So there's a YouTube link for that. That's like on Thursday. She has a copyright action against Lionsgate and Stars because she said they basically copied P Valley from her script, from her play. So that's another thing this week. So aside from whatever may develop and pop up this week, those are definitely some things that we shall be discussing. Thank you, T Rain. All right. Y'all know these super chats go like next month on next month's check. Or no, is it next month? Yeah, January, because today's the first. But that's where the super chats go. That's why I was putting up his cash app just in case. But I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Please keep us up on Drake named in. Okay, so a lady 747. Thank you for the super chat. So I watch and I want to say I streamed part of the XXX Tentacion case. And Drake's name came up in that case. And apparently Drake had done a post. No, not Drake. XXX Tentacion had done a post, and in this post, he alleged that if something happened to him, then you need to look at Champagne Poppy. And so now that the person that was convicted of unaliving XXX Tentacion, he's made that a part of his appeal that there were other people that they could have looked at, but the judge did not allow them to introduce it at trial. So his trial attorney, I know, has been on a couple of platforms. I think he was on Law and Crime, and he was talking about it and was saying that there were other suspects, and basically the judge made the ruling that it was inadmissible. Now, I told you guys sometimes the information that we have out on these streets are not even presented in front of a jury. So we can get all hype and get excited about it and the salaciousness of it, but everything is not admissible. Somebody saying, oh, I heard from her that this happened and blase, blah, like stuff like that is not always admissible. Some information is more prejudicial than probative, where it may be relevant, but because of the nature of it, it would be so prejudicial that you shouldn't even enter it in. So that's what was happening in that case, according to the trial lawyer, that there were other people, including Drake, who could have been potential suspects who they just kind of overlooked. But that's it. Listen, I might have to that's okay, T-Rain. No worries. We appreciate the love and the support. We really, really do. Is that it? That's all I got. I feel like I was supposed to say something else. No. I'll probably think about it once I get off of here. You know what? See how y'all just start rumors? I'm about to call Dennis and ask him. He might cuss me out. I say that. I'm gonna do it though, because it just sounds like something funny to do. Let me hurry up for my phone die. Let me see. Dennis. Watch this. Hold on. Y'all hope he answer. Hey, Dennis. Guess what?
What?
So I'm on live, and they said that the word on the street on YouTube is that you and Sylvia eloped.
There you go.
That's what they said, Dennis.
Girl, you don't stop playing with me.
That's what they said. I'm on live right now. If you look on my live, look down from heaven. Just commented and said the streets are saying Dennis and Sylvia eloped.
I'm gonna have to send a tweet out on that one. No way. No one's saying that.
It is. That's what they talking about. You got the internet shook. We trying to find out where you guys went.
Listen. don't play like that.
Dennis.
No.
You ain't gonna invite your girl to the festivities?
That would not be a wedding. That would be a funeral.
What? We know you like buying dresses and everything, so
No.
We know you like buying dresses, so we just, I know her dress would be fly, because
No. Is that on your live right now?
Yep.
Hold on a second. Let me go to your chat. Are you live now? You live now?
Yes, Dennis. I'm not. I don't play. I'm serious.
No.
Look at what I have on the screen right now.
Okay, hold on.
Go look.
I'm trying to go to more into like. Let me go ahead real quick here. Okay, I'm going your page now.
You're so slow.
You are live. Hold on a second. Okay, here's the exclusive. It never happened. What? Oh my goodness.
Did you see the look? I didn't make this up though. I want you to look at my receipts on the screen. Do you see this? Do you see the screen, Dennis? So are you denying this allegation?
Listen, someone's bored.
You said what?
So are you denying this allegation?
Did you really just put me back on here?
Someone's bored.
Dennis, you can't put me on there and be on my phone. You okay, now he's just playing my stuff. I had to hang up on him. Okay. I'm about to get out of here. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Dennis, you should have told us. I mean, we could have made sure that we were there, so we could have been witnesses. He just put on the whole video and the video playing through the screen. Like, how the video playing through the phone? Like, come on. Says she's still wearing that dress in every live and Tyson Dennis. All right. Come on for Dennis cussed me out. Let me get off of here before he cussed me out. Be like, Pam, that was not funny. There was nothing funny about what you just did. I thought we was cool. I'm like, no, I just wanted to confirm or deny. I didn't say one way or another. I just wanted to see if it was true or not. If you enjoyed this live, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go. I'll talk to you guys later.